Rebecca, where have you run off to? Mom and Dad have both been telling me you're ignoring all their calls and texts. Did you forget what day today is, Rebecca? Hey! Shut up! Do you have any idea what time it is? I want to sleep in some more. You know what time it is? It's almost noon now. And you have to go and meet with someone at 12 o'clock, right? I have to meet with someone? Oh, now that you mention it, I do remember something about meeting with someone. What do you mean you only just now remember something? What are you saying, Rebecca? You were the one that wanted us to set you up with someone who you could potentially date. So Mom and Dad have been doing all they can to find you someone who wouldn't mind meeting you, right? I was just on my way back home from my friend's wedding at the time and told everyone that I wanted to get married myself. That's all. And you're planning on getting married as well now too, so I just didn't want to be left out. That's it. But you kept on pestering Dad about setting you up with someone, so he went out of his way to get you a date with the son of one of his customers' CEOs, right? And about that, if I'm going to get married, I want it to be with someone who has loads of money. Which, that guy totally has, but have you seen the pictures of him? The pictures of the guy Dad set me up with? I did have a look at his picture once. You think I'm going to want to marry some fat guy like that? What? I want to be with someone who actually cares about his health and figure a bit more than that guy. You know I like my men thin and handsome, right? No matter how much money the guy has, if he's not good looking to me, then I don't want him. You don't want him? Did you ever tell Mom and Dad that then? Well, it's already too late to tell them now. Telling them both about this now would not change the fact that the plans were already made. Hold on a second, so you're not actually planning on going out to meet that guy today? That's right. And it's not like I want anything to do with him, and if I go there and he develops feelings for me, that'll be a huge pain in my neck. What are you talking about? You were the one asking over and over again to have Mom and Dad set you up with someone. And now that they've had a guy ready for you and everything, you're not going to tell them you don't want to see him anymore? No way that's okay, Rebecca. You should really tell Mom and Dad about this right now. I mean, this has to do with one of Dad's customers' sons. You understand that, right? All right, if I really have to go out and meet this guy, then why don't you go in my place and meet with him? I'm not playing around about this right now. I happen to be engaged right now, right? There's no way I'm going to go out and see another man who isn't my fiancé. It'll be fine. I happen to have your fiancé in my pocket anyway. What the heck is that supposed to mean? I might not want to go meet with that chubby guy, but that hasn't changed the fact that I want to get married. So I've made sure that I'll be the one getting married to your fiancé. What did you just say? That time you brought him over to meet your family, I've always thought he was really cute. I was always fine with the thought of having a good-looking brother-in-law would be nice, but I also thought his beauty would be wasted on you, of all people. So I went and convinced him to give up on you and instead come and marry me. Without me ever noticing? But as far as I'm aware, my fiancé has never said anything to me yet about wanting to marry you now. Well, I was planning on moving in together today. The idea was when I started having all my things moved into that room with you guys, then you'd be able to pick up on what was happening between your fiancé and I. Huh? It would have been a pain for us if you found out about this before we set up all the plans, right? So that's why the plan is to have you moved out of that apartment and then I'll move in with him. Are you kidding me? I never heard anything about this from either of you, though. Well, that's why I told you it was being kept a secret between us. We wanted to make sure you wouldn't do anything about it until after I was already there with him. Have you guys really been talking about all of this behind my back this whole time? Yep. And that's why it's totally okay for you to go out and meet that guy Dad set up for me, since you no longer have a partner yourself. If anything, I'm being a really nice little sister by letting you go out with the man I was supposed to see today right after you lost your fiancé, right? How the hell are you even remotely close to a nice little sister? You're not only asking me to go out with this man you cried from Mom and Dad to set you up with, but you're asking me that after telling me you've been going out with my fiancé this whole time and plan to live with him now. Don't get so mad about it. I'm going to make sure to become an amazing wife in your place for your fiancé, all right? Now you can go and be happy with that fat loser in my place. It'll be totally fine. He's a perfect match for someone like you. So now that I've told you about everything, let's both have a wonderful time with our partners. You hold it right there, Rebecca. I am not done with you yet, especially after all you've just said to me.
I'm sure you've already heard everything from Rebecca now. But it's just like she said. So you and I are no longer engaged, Angel.
What the hell is going on here, Luke? Do you have any idea what you're both are doing right now?
I had no choice, all right? I've started to realize that she's a lot better for me than you are. And now I'm in love with her.
So when you proposed to me and said that you loved me, it was a lie?
The moment I saw that you had a younger and far cuter little sister, I thought it would be best to get closer to her. So that's why I proposed to you and had us get reservations at that expensive restaurant, in order to see her while meeting your parents.
I cannot believe you. You and I went through with getting a whole wedding ready for us. We've already handed out all the invitations and everything, so what the hell are we going to do about that?
I'd like for you to tell all those that you invited that the wedding is cancelled. I will talk with those that I went ahead and invited to the wedding. And as a way of showing that I'm sorry, I'll pay for our wedding to be cancelled.
You're acting like you're being so kind to me for doing that. What makes you think any of this is even remotely okay?
I told you, I had no other choice. I was asked to be your sister's boyfriend by her.
She was the one that asked you? Rebecca?
She had told me about how your family had been trying to get her set up with a man to marry, but he's not her type. After she showed me the picture of him, I totally agreed with her that he is an absolute cow. I could see that she was never going to find the man for herself. And then at one point while talking to me, she asked me out.
And when something like that happens, you being the man who is already in a relationship says no to her.
I don't think you understand how hard it is for me to say no to the one girl that I've been wanting to be with the most.
Do you have any idea why she was looking for a man in the first place? Because she said that she only wants to get married because I was planning to, and so have all her friends. Do you really think she's being serious with you right now?
Oh, you think I'm going to fall for something like that? I'm sure she was getting jealous of everyone else, but that doesn't mean her love for me is fake. I get that all of this is hard for you, since you just found out that I've dumped you for her. But don't start trying to get me all worried about the relationship I've been having with her. Rebecca is a whole lot more cute than you, Angel, and that's why I've left you. Now leave my love with her alone.
I'm done with this. I cannot figure out what actually drove you to do all of that, and I don't even want to anymore. I thought you were a better man than that, but I guess I was completely wrong. You actually went ahead and cheated on me while we've been engaged.
Well, if I'm such a terrible man, then after today, don't you ever come around Rebecca or I. I'm so sorry for doing this to you, but there was nothing that could be done about it.
I know now that the reason for us having to call our marriage off is due to you cheating on me, so I'm going to get a settlement. Once I've gotten the money from you that I deserve, that'll be the end of me ever being around you. I'll make sure that I never even have to believe that either of you exist anymore.
You're getting a settlement from me, so you have been wanting my money.
I want for the both of you to see that what you've done is completely wrong, and that's why I'll be getting a settlement from you.
Go right ahead then. I've looked it up, and the amount you could even get from me for doing something like this is barely anything.
That's right, it is barely anything. But this isn't about me wanting money from you, but rather to teach you both lessons.
Well then, I'll be sending you the amount you ask for later.
Just make sure you read all the paperwork over that I send you so that there are no mistakes. I'll be sending you those papers later. But from what I've heard is that you're going to be moving, so I can't mail anything to you yet.
We're not going to be moving for another year out of this apartment, so just send me the papers and we'll see if they bring them here still. I'm sure they will.
Well, then I'll go ahead and do that. I never thought that this would be how our relationship would ever end. But I guess it's all better to happen now than later on for me.
I'm sorry that our love life of being engaged to one another was so short-lived, and that we never got to get married. But I'm going to be much happier with your sister, so you can be glad about that. I hope you're just as happy with, well, whatever man comes across you next.
Angel, long time no see. Are you still having a good time living as a single woman? I'm still so sorry about stealing your fiancé from you right as you both were going to get married. And what do you want from me now? So, I guess you never did end up blocking me then. Perfect. I happen to have 3 things to tell you, so that's why I decided to text you. 3 things? The first one is that Luke ended up quitting his job, and from there he started his own company, which he is now running as the CEO. That's really great to hear. Now for the second piece of news. I'm pregnant! That is also great to hear. These aren't the kinds of reactions I was hoping to get from you. A little dry, I think. Did you not just hear me say that you're going to have a niece or nephew now? And this means that Mom and Dad will be getting their first grandbaby. You should be way more excited for me. I'm not excited about any of it, but I'll congratulate you. So what's this third piece of news you have? I plan on coming home to Mom and Dad's to have my baby there. What? You're coming back to have your baby at Mom and Dad's? So you're actually coming back? From what Lucas told me, his company is completely based online, which means he can do his work from anywhere in the world. So because of that, us 2 can go back to Mom and Dad's place. And we're both thinking of living with them long term. 3 years ago, I really thought that you were one hell of a crazy sister. But even now, you're proving to me that you are still frickin' crazy. Well, my husband is building this business of his up, so he needs all the money he can get, right? It would be a waste to put our money into our house, so it's much better to just move back home with Mom and Dad. Then we'll have all the money he needs for that company, right? And above saving money, having the baby be around Mom all the time would really help me out a lot. So you plan to have both Mom and Dad be there to help you out? Well, yeah. I'm giving them their first grandbaby after all, and the both of them have always spoiled me with anything I want, and this time I want to be home with them. So you really never came around to realizing just how much trouble you caused for all of us by running away with Luke? I do think it was a bit wrong that I stole your fiancé from you at the time, but you're also to blame for letting me steal him, right? So since you were in the wrong as well, do you mind leaving that house and letting my husband and I move into it with Mom and Dad? Excuse me? I'm pretty sure you're still living there with those 2, feeding off all their money, right? After having your fiancé stolen from you, you've continued to be single. I plan on coming back to Mom and Dad and making them happy with their first grandbaby, so the freaking obstacle of a loser needs to get out of there. We had that old house demolished, okay? What? What do you mean their house was demolished? I'm saying that the house has been destroyed and the land sold. Right now, there's no house on that plot of land. Wait a second, what the heck? I never heard anything about that happening. But from what I've heard, it's a realtor company that bought the land and they're going to build a new house on it. Wait a sec. So you're telling me Mom and Dad's house isn't there anymore? Where the heck am I supposed to go home to now? Actually, where are Mom and Dad right now? Tell me where they went. Dad ended up retiring from his job a little early last year, and with the money from that and from the land he sold, he took Mom with him and moved overseas. I think Thailand? They moved to Thailand? Those 2 have always loved the ocean. So they bought a really cheap house out by the ocean in Thailand and have been living there. Every week, those 2 are sending me pictures of the new life they both have there, and man, does it look awesome. Those 2 are really happy now. What the heck? I can't just get up and go overseas to be with them. Then, where the heck are you? Weren't you living off Mom and Dad at their house all by your lonesome? I'd never been living off of Mom and Dad while I was in their house. I just happened to work for a company that was close to that old house, so they let me stay with them for a while as I worked. I had planned to move out of their place for good 3 years ago and stay in that apartment with Luke, but, well, we both know what happened there. As of right now, I'm living with my new husband. You got married? You, my older sister, got married? And I hear you going on about how you're giving Mom and Dad their first grandbaby, but I had my first child last year. So Mom and Dad already have a grandbaby now. You had a baby? You're lying, right? I mean, you lost your fiancé 3 years ago. 3 years! It's only been 3 years since you were thrown away by Luke. And people are always saying that one man's trash is another man's treasure. Now, I'm not saying that the person who threw me away before was anything like a man, but after having been thrown away, I went with Mom and Dad to go see the man that was set up to go out with you. We wanted to say sorry for you being a no-show, but after we did that, we decided to sit down with him and have a chat while having lunch together. Don't tell me you're with that ugly fatty. Did you actually marry a freak like that? I don't care that you got thrown away by Luke. You shouldn't go out with something like that after. But you had recommended to me that I go out with him after you said you stole Luke from me. Well, I'm just going to show you what he looks like now to clear this air. Who is that? That happens to be my husband holding our son. No freaking way! That guy looks nothing like that fat loser in those pictures I was shown. Had I known Dad set me up with a man like that, I would have never canceled on him. He's perfect for me. He happened to get some work done on himself, as well as get some skincare therapy. Also, at the time he was planning on going out with you, he had a lot of stress in his life. But now he's a completely new-looking man. After he had finished up all his treatments and therapy, he and I got married, where I've now been treating him to all kinds of healthy foods. Looking at him now, you would never be able to tell he was that man from 3 years ago. But he didn't even stop after all those treatments. Do you want to know why he put on so much muscle? Right after telling him that I was pregnant, he told me he wanted his son to look just as good as him, but didn't think he would be able to get his son to be active and healthy. So he started going to the gym 6 days a week and turned himself into a macho man in order to influence our baby. He is a wonderful husband and father. You're lying! I had thought for sure that he was a nobody, and I thought you having a baby with him would bring the birth of one of the most ugly-looking kids in America. Wait, now that I remember, this is that same guy that you and Dad said were saying has a father that's a CEO? That's right. And as of right now, he's taking on his dad's position now that his dad is retiring. But that's not all. As right after becoming the CEO, he took his dad's company even further and made it an extra $2 billion this year. So, he's not just the son of the CEO that got put into that position, but he actually knows how to run the company? He really does. Where are you living right now, Angel? We're living in a very secure penthouse. A penthouse? I'm going there right now. I'm going to stay there and have the baby at your place. I believe 3 years ago we made the promise to never come around one another again, right? So that's not going to happen. Well, I'm saying it's fine for us to meet now. So let's bring things back to the way they were in the past and live together in peace, okay? All right? I don't think you and I were ever living in peace with one another, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. What? What are you talking about? You and I had some of the best times together as sisters, right? You think so? Even though you would always get away with doing whatever you wanted and then force me to take over for all your responsibilities? Even though you would always take my things from me without asking and then say that I lost them? I have still not forgotten about how back in high school when I graduated, Dad gave me that really nice watch, but right before I was going to wear it, you took it from me and broke it. Back then, I was just a wild young little girl. No, you were way too old by then to be acting like that. You told me after stealing Luke away from me that I should do my best to be happy with whatever man I found, right? Well, look, I've become very happy with my husband, and we have a house and family and everything. You said that we would both work to become happy, and look where we're at. I'm living the best life I can live right now, so you just need to try a little harder to be on my level. Wait, are you not going to help me? You know, I don't have to help you, right? But I was planning on having Mom and Dad be the ones to pay for everything I needed and house us. Right now, we don't have any money in our savings. How about you ask Luke's family to help you out then? His parents only ever had one kid, Luke, so this is going to be their first grandbaby, right? Aren't they going to be so happy to have you both living with them? 3 years ago, both his parents cut ties to us. They were both furious with us over having Luke leave you for me. Luke tried so hard to get them to understand us, but they kept telling us to never come back to them again. We can't ask for their help now. So right now, the only person I can rely on is you, Angel. And you think after what you did to me 3 years ago, you can come back asking me to help? Wild. Well, I'm sorry, but I don't want to deal with you anymore. Now, I'll be praying that you and your husband can make a decent enough family for your soon-to-becoming baby. Goodbye, forever. No way, right? You're really planning on throwing me away like this? Angel!
Please, Angel, do this for the man you first loved and your little sister. Please, help us out. If you don't do anything to help us, then myself and your little sister are going to be left for the streets with nothing we can do. You're living in a penthouse now, right? I hear you got married to a man with lots of money, right? I'm sure you can just give us one room in there where we can stay.
This is strange. I could have sworn somebody had told me 3 years ago that they were throwing me away from my more cute and better little sister. Who could that have been again that told me to never talk to them again?
I know that I really messed up after what happened back then, so let's just let go of all that happened then.
I believe it's me that gets to choose what we just let go and what we hold on to. You have no say in any of that.
Not bothering to help your family out, nor even daring to help your little sister. You're one cold witch, aren't you? I could sue you for this.
I've already gotten a settlement from the both of you for cheating on me. And I also have the evidence of what happened then, as well as audio recordings from when I had you talk to my lawyer. I'm not really sure what you plan to sue me for, but I'm sure the judge won't be having any of it from you. So are you sure you want to try me?
Hey, come now, Angel. It takes a lot of money to get a company up and running, and right now Rebecca and I don't have all that much money.
Well then, how about before you start up a new company, you actually work for all the money that you'll be needing? Isn't it pretty obvious that you're going to need to pay for your living expenses while you're building a company? Now listen here. I have chosen to never talk to either one of you guys again, all right? So I'm going to block the two of you now.
You will not?
My parents are both living overseas now in Thailand. And as for the penthouse we're living in, it is very secure and managed by a private security company. I'm thinking it won't be all too easy for either one of you to get to us. So if you are planning to be a couple of pests for me, then I'll be more than happy to take you both to court and sue. Please remember that.
Let's just both calm down and talk this out in person. I will literally come to you and get on my hands and knees apologizing for what happened 3 years ago. You're the only person that can help us.
You had told me that you would be able to do everything on your own back when you said for me to never come around you both again. So please, be a man of your word and go away. Now go enjoy that life you have with my little sister some more. After that, I went ahead and blocked those two's numbers. And then, when those two learned that I really did mean that I'd be blocking them, they went back to Luke's parents, begging them to let them in. And somehow it seemed to work, and those two were allowed to live with his parents. But the only condition was that they both had to pay to stay with them, so the life of being cared for by someone else never actually came after the move-in. And this was when Luke realized that he was never going to get his company to take off. So he gave up on it and started looking for a job again. As for Rebecca, she started to work at a supermarket close to Luke's parents' house. I know that I said I'd never be around those two ever again and that they'd never be allowed around me, but I happen to stay good friends with Luke's mom for the past 3 years. So when anything happens regarding those two, I hear about it through her while we're getting coffee together. Jane, I just wanted to say thank you again so much for the lovely cake that you got us. I was wondering what this good cooler bag that got delivered was about, and it was a lovely cake. So thanks again for the gift. We can't wait to enjoy it tonight. Hold on a second. What the heck are you talking about? You know that cake isn't for you to eat, don't you? I only sent that cake as a gift to my brother for getting a new job, so that means that he's the only one who should be eating it. Sorry, you mean that you sent the cake to our house, but it's actually only for John? That's right, and it's because he got a great new job at one of the largest companies in the world. Of course I expected nothing less of him. Sorry, what exactly are you talking about? Oh, come on, surely you know this. I mean, he's going to be getting paid $150,000 a year, and that's only the entry salary. I guess we can finally say that my brother has made it to the big leagues, huh? So anyways, that's why I, as his little sister, wanted to help him celebrate his huge accomplishment. So I worked really hard at my part-time job to save up and afford to get something from a nice bakery. Jane, I really don't know how to break this to you, but John is still unemployed. Wait a second, Mary. Are you seriously telling me you don't even know that your own husband has found a job? Has he not told you, or do you just not care about what goes on in his life? Honestly, you really should at least try to be a more caring and attentive wife, you know? Excuse me? And just what in the world is that supposed to mean? And the fact that you're keeping this charade up is just so disrespectful. You do realize that the reason my brother has been looking for a job so hard this past year is because you make so little, right? Well, I'm not going to pretend like I work for some fabulously huge company or anything like that, but I am in the upper management of my company, and I don't think my salary is all that small. I don't care how high up you get in your company, it's still nothing compared to what other larger companies could offer. I bet that even after all this time working there, you're probably barely taking in $50,000. Actually, I make more than double that amount, thank you very much. In fact, I've been the one sending money back to your parents instead of John. Oh, please, you really think that I'm just going to fall for such a bold-faced lie like that? I know the truth, and you're through. I really don't know what you could possibly mean by that. I mean, I know that this whole time John has been looking for a job, that he's also been sending money back home through his personal savings. And even though he didn't have to keep sending it after he quit his job, he still kept it up the entire time. He really is such an amazing brother and a great son to our parents. I am so proud of him. Jane, you know that we've talked about this before. I'm not bragging about anything. The truth is that I was sending the money. I don't think that John has ever had any real savings to speak of. Wow, do you ever get sick of lying to people like that? How dare you even try to talk to me that way when you're so ugly? Okay, now you're just being ridiculous. Did you seriously just send that message? I just have no idea what my brother was thinking getting married to you. I just wish you two would get a divorce already. Then maybe he could move back in with all of us here at his real home. That's really what you want to happen to your brother and I? I don't really care at all what happens to you, but you better not touch that cake. I'm serious when I say it's only for my brother. If I find out that you had even a crumb, there will be consequences. Hey, John, are you there? What's this news I'm hearing about you finding a new job? Is that really true? Because this is the first that I'm hearing about it.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Well, it's just that your sister sent us a cake. She said it was to celebrate you landing a new job at some huge company somewhere. Is that really true? Because that would be really amazing if it were.
Oh, did Jane really go and do that for us?
Well, I just wanted to double check with you since you haven't mentioned anything about that to me. In fact, I thought you said that you were going to the temp agency again today to look for work. So what's the truth here?
I'm not going to lie to you, Mary. It's been a year since I quit my job, and I seriously don't think I can keep looking anymore. But I was getting sick of everyone asking me about the job hunt, so I just told Jane that I found something.
I see. And that's why Jane thought she had the right to talk down to me? Because she was really laying into me for not knowing that my husband had found a new job. Not only that, but she said that the whole reason you quit your job in the first place was because I wasn't making enough money. I was just curious if you had any idea where she might have gotten some of those notions.
Well, the thing is that I haven't actually told my family why I had to leave my last job, so I just kind of gave them a story I thought they would buy.
I see. Because even when I tried to explain to your sister that I was the one sending money back to them, she just accused me of lying. You know, I really hate being called a liar when I'm telling the truth.
I know, but think about the position I'm in. If I get caught in this lie, things will get really bad for me. So please, I'm asking you as my wife, to just hold off talking to anyone else about this, please.
I see. And when your family starts ordering me to leave you, should I just sit there and take that too?
What are you talking about? Who was saying that to you?
Well, it's what your sister said she wishes we would do. She wanted us to break up so that you could move back in with your family.
I see. You know, that's actually not such a terrible idea. Maybe I should just move back in with my parents.
Wait, what? You don't actually mean that, do you?
Well, I've actually been thinking about it for some time. I was thinking that it's been so hard to find a job that maybe we should just be apart until I do finally find something.
John, literally, what are you talking about? What does us living together have to do with you finding a job?
I just feel like I'm always under so much pressure to be finding work when I'm at home.
And do you think that has anything to do with the fact that you haven't had a job in over a year?
That's not fair. I've been trying really hard just to find a job while you've been having a successful career. It's just really depressing for me to have to watch that happen while I get nothing.
I really don't understand you. When you quit your job, I agreed to support us both with my salary and help support your family as well. And now you're telling me that I'm the reason you can't find a job?
I'm just saying that living with you makes me feel like I have a ton of pressure on me to find something, you know? And it's like, no matter how hard I try, I know I'll never catch up to you, and it makes me feel even more pressured.
But you're telling me that if you go back and live with your parents that you'll be able to find a job?
I just think that I'd feel a lot better if there wasn't so much pressure for me to have to do so. Although, maybe we should try something new. How about you go back to live with your parents instead, and I stay here in the house?
Are you serious?
Of course I am. But you'll still have to send me money every month. I think maybe $1,500 a month should do it.
So you're now telling me that not only do I have to move out of the house, but I still have to send you money to support you?
Well, duh. You know that I don't have a job. You're the only one who makes money around here.
Well, if I go back to living with my parents, then I'm going to be supporting them instead so that I don't become a burden.
Oh, come on. Don't do that. I promise I really am going to try hard to find a job. Besides, you still need to keep sending money to my parents as well.
So you want me to keep sending them $1,000 a month and you $1,500? Do you really think I can afford that?
Oh, don't worry, I'll find a job right away, an even better one than I had before. Then we can go back to splitting all the costs.
I still don't see why I should have to go home to live. I mean, we have a guest house, why don't I just stay there?
What would even be the point of that? How could I bring chicks over if you're still around?
Excuse me, chicks? And just who are these chicks you're bringing around?
I just met some other women, I know who are looking for jobs as well. I've met some people at the temp agency who I've gotten close to, and we agreed to talk about our job hunts and share tips. You didn't think that I meant anything else than that, right?
Well, if that's all you're going to be doing with these chicks, I don't see why I can't just stay in the guest house. No, if you have no other objections, I'll move my stuff out there and agree not to tell anyone the truth about your job hunt. Hey, Mary, I thought my brother told you that he wanted you gone. Why don't you just go home? And how dare you not support my brother in his new job? Jane, what are you talking about right now? I am talking about John's new job. I knew that he asked you to leave him alone for a bit so he can concentrate on his new job, but you told him that you didn't want to because you didn't feel like it? Do you realize that working for such a huge company means that John is always under pressure? You need to give him the space he needs to work efficiently. What work is he even concentrating on? He wants me gone so that he can invite over other women. I don't see why I should go home and let that happen. Ugh, you are such a pain to deal with, do you know that? How dare you just ignore an order from your husband? I know that I was right to file your divorce papers myself. Divorce papers? What are you talking about now? Well, I saw my brother struggling, so I helped him out just a little. But now it's time for you to go back to where you came from. I've already set up everything. You two are divorced, and there's no reason for you to stay with my brother any longer. Are you really saying what I think you're saying right now? That's right. I really do outdo myself sometimes. And now that you are split up, you have no right to be living in that house with him, so just do as my brother commanded and go home. You're kidding me. You mean you just sent off our divorce papers without talking to either of us? I told you that I wish you two would just break up for a long time now. But I realized it wasn't going to happen without a little intervention. So I did what had to be done. I signed and sent off your divorce papers. I see. Well, good luck with your unemployed brother then. What are you talking about? I'm tired of you all and I don't care to explain, so I'm just going to pack up my things and go home. You should know that I did my best to encourage John to find a job, but now it's not my problem anymore. Wait, no, seriously. What are you talking about? What do you mean John is unemployed? He has a job. He's had one for a while now. He's working hard at a huge company, isn't he? No, that was just a lie he told you. Of course, you thought I was lying to you, but I was only ever being honest. What do you mean? How could he be lying to me? Well, he lied about finding a job. He hasn't had any work since he quit his last job over a year ago. But wait, that can't be right. My brother would never, ever lie to me. I know that he found a job with a huge company and that he left his old job to be able to take care of all of us. He worked himself to the bone for the past year trying to get this position. You're forgetting that I also didn't make enough money for him. Of course, that's not really why he quit. He quit because he was being sued by a young woman from his office. Not just any young woman, but the daughter of the company president, in fact. One reason John hasn't been able to find any work is because he's basically been blacklisted from the industry by his last boss. And that's how things have been for the past year. Are you kidding me? That can't be right at all. There's no way that my brother would be fired for something like that. I refuse to believe it. Well, you can believe it or not, but you might want to check with John himself about this. Because it was then that I decided I wanted to divorce him, but he begged me not to leave him until he found a job. I even have footage filmed of him begging me not to leave him for his mistake. I can send the video to you, but you aren't going to like what you see. No, that's impossible. My brother wouldn't really do that. In fact, ever since then, I've been the one supporting both your brother and your family. John ordered that I take over paying your family since he didn't have any more income or savings. So then, you were telling the truth when you said that it was you sending the money to my family? That's what I was trying to tell you, but you just accused me of lying, remember? And your good-for-nothing brother told me that my presence was putting too much pressure on him to find a job. And now you're telling me that you've gone ahead and ended our marriage for us, so with that done, I don't see any reason to stay around here.
Mary, please, don't do this. Don't leave me.
I'm afraid it's too late to undo this. Besides, your sister was the one who divorced us. But at least you should have no problem finding a new job now.
No, I can't do it. Now my parents are going to start telling me to find a job, and it's never going to happen.
What do you mean? Do your parents know the truth?
Yes, I don't know how, but they found out the truth, and they're furious with me now. They told me they thought I was looking for a job this whole time. Then they demanded that I pay you back for all the money that you had been sending them, and finally they said they never wanted to see me again.
Oh wow, that's even better than I thought. And here I was thinking that I would never get that money back. Make sure to tell your parents thanks for me.
Please, Mary, I need you now. I swear that I'll really start looking for a job, and I'll be back for everything. Just please, don't leave me. If I don't find a job, then my family is really going to stop talking to me.
And why is that my problem? You're my ex-husband, so leave me out of this.
Mary, you don't really mean that, do you?
Of course I do. I've been supporting you and your family for the past year while you've sat around doing nothing. Then you have the gall to lie to your family and tell them that I'm the reason you quit. On top of that, you let your sister get away with insulting me as a lazy liar while you let her believe you had found work. And then after all that, you really try and tell me that I'm the reason you couldn't find any work up until now? Well, I have had it with you and your family, and once this divorce is all over and done with, I never, ever want to see you again. After that, Jane began texting me, desperately asking for money since I had stopped sending any to John's family. In the end, she barely managed to graduate college. She did end up finding a job, but it was at a very small company that was near the bottom of her list of places she'd like to work. I heard that even John managed to find a job, but had to bite the bullet and take over a 50% cut in pay. While living at home, his parents forced him to send part of his paycheck back to me to pay back all I had given them. When he sent me the final payment, he asked if I would think about getting back together with him. I just blocked his number and never talked to him again. After we divorced, I moved into a nice condo by myself and have been readjusting to single life. I've also finally been able to afford to send money to my own parents, who were glad to hear I got out of such a horrible marriage. Hey there, Cammie. Are you home right now? If you are, go and check your mailbox right now. I think if you go and do that, you'll be in for a really nice surprise. Wait a second. What the heck is this? Is this a wedding invitation? Did you send me a wedding invitation? Ding, ding, ding! That's right! Harold and I are going to get married. I told you that it was going to be an amazing surprise, right? Well, it certainly is an amazingly bad piece of news, that's for sure. You realize I'm just going to throw this in the garbage, don't you? Wait, what? Oh, come on. Don't you want to be there for your twin sister's wedding? You wouldn't really do something so horrible, would you? Don't you even have a single kind word for your sister finally getting engaged? What are you talking about, Tammy? Do you really think I'm going to celebrate you getting married to my ex? You know that all this does is make me angry, right? Oh no, really? I had no idea it would upset you that much. I mean, it's already been 2 years since I stole Harold from you. Are you really still that upset about it? You really need to learn to just let things go. Do you know that? Even though we're twins, you and I are really nothing alike at all in some ways. You're right, I'm not like you. I would never try and steal your own boyfriend from you. I would never try and have an affair with anyone I knew who was in a relationship, for that matter. And I would certainly never send a wedding invitation to the girl whose man I stole in the first place. Well, it's not like I wasn't going to send my sister an invitation to my wedding, but just think about it. Besides, we're twins. What's yours has always been mine, right? Anyways, you just need to get over yourself and come to my wedding. Who knows? You might even meet someone special there. Wouldn't that be something?
Hey there, Cammie. I guess you heard the news about Tammy and I getting married, right? So sorry things couldn't work out between the two of us, but I guess that's just the way the world works sometimes.
Are you kidding me? Now I have to deal with you too?
Well, your sister was already telling me about how you're still holding our relationship against us. I just didn't realize that you still had all those feelings for me. I just think it's funny that you're still in love with me after all this time.
You are really out of your mind if you think that I have even an ounce of feelings left for you, Harold. I mean, you really think I care at all for the man who left me for my own twin sister? I hope the two of you have a terrible life together.
I can tell that you still like me by how upset you're getting at me over this. This just proves that you still have feelings for me. Honestly, it's kind of cute. You're always cute when you're upset with me.
Excuse me? You are such a condescending jerk. Do you know that?
I don't know. I thought you'd be happy that I was with your sister. Shows that I really was always attracted to you. It's just that your sister has the better personality than you, so it was kind of just like upgrading to a better model. Like you would do with a cell phone. But your sister really does just run circles around you in the personality department. And thankfully she's just as cute as you, but with a better sense of style and fashion.
I do not want to be compared to my sister by you ever again. I mean, did you seriously just compare us both to buying a new phone? Who says stuff like that? But whatever, if you two love each other and want to get married, then far be it from me to stop you two.
I just can't get over how people who look so similar can end up so completely different, you know? I mean, your sister Tammy is pretty and accomplished and just all around a really lovely person. But you, on the other hand, well, you don't have any friends. I was your first boyfriend, and you let me get stolen away from you. You really should have seen this coming, you know.
I don't care one bit about your thoughts on what happened between us. The fact of the matter is that I wasn't even talking to my sister until she sent the wedding invitation. And if you two are going to get married, then I don't see any reason why we should be talking anymore, too. I never want to see either of you again.
Okay, fine. You don't ever have to see us again, but can you at least come to the wedding? I mean, you can think of it as a final farewell to us, so just hurry up and give us your RSVP. We already have the best seat in the house arranged for you, so you can't miss it.
Hello there. I'm terribly sorry to message you out of the blue like this, but I'm Harold's mother, Donna. I just wanted to make sure that I was speaking to Tammy's twin sister, Cammy, correct? Yes, this is Cammy, but may I ask what this might be about? Well, there's something that I wanted to talk to you about regarding your sister, and I was hoping we'd be able to meet in person to talk. Yes, I suppose we could do that, but do you mind if I ask what all of this is about? There's some things I'd like to know about your sister, if it's all right with you. For example, I was wondering if she might have done anything bad to you. Maybe something that might lead you to hold a grudge against her? I'm sorry, but I think we're going to have to start this topic all the way from the very start. What is all of this about? Oh, you're right. Where are my manners? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to be rude and pry right out of the gate. It's just that, well, I'm just nervous about my son marrying your sister, but I didn't want to go to your parents about this, so that's why I thought to reach out to you instead. Well, I really don't know what there is to say about my sister. She's a cheery girl with lots of friends. What problem could you have with someone like that? The thing is that I got an anonymous letter in the mail, and they were warning me about having my son marry your sister. You're kidding me. Someone has been leaving you letters warning you about Tammy? That's right, and this didn't just happen once. I've gotten maybe 5 letters with similar warnings in them. 5 whole letters? I can't believe it. And you have no idea who they're from? I don't, but my curiosity is piqued and I have to know more about my future daughter-in-law. So please, if there's anything you think I should know about her, please tell me. I have to know. Well, if you're really serious about this, then okay. I can tell you some things, but some of this might come as a shock. The truth is that Tammy actually stole Harold away from me. We used to go out until my sister came along and ruined it. You mean your own twin sister stole my son away from you? I had no idea that he was even with you. Well, it's true, and all of this happened about 2 years ago. That's when Harold and I broke up. Wait a second, I'm really confused by all of this. Why in the world would your sister and my son go along with doing that? I was shocked myself. Harold and I had been together 5 years before he left me. You two had been together for 5 years? Then what was it that finally made Harold want to leave you for your sister? In fact, now that you say that, Harold told me that he had been going out with Tammy for 7 years. I asked where the two of them met and they said it was 7 years ago at college. They told me about how they fell in love and decided early on that they wanted to get married. He even showed me pictures of the two of them from back then. Well, then it sounds to me like Harold is saying that he was with my sister while he was with me. And if he showed you pictures of him and my sister from back then, it's more likely that it was really Harold and I instead. But this doesn't make any sense. How could this be? Because we're twins. Does this really not make any sense to you? My sister is my identical twin. And you mean to tell me that you two are actually that identical? Oh, that's incredible. Well, we're only identical in looks, let me tell you that. I can't believe that Harold would pass off our photos as if they were with my sister instead. All to pretend that they were together for far longer than they really were? I don't believe it. So, they're both lying about their relationship with each other, when the fact is that 5 of the years they say they've been together for was really with you? I can't believe that my son would just trade you out for your sister like that. Well, it seems to be what's happened, and I think I might have an idea of who was leaving those letters in your mailbox. After all, they're quite proud of what they did to me and brag about it to their friends often. But I think they don't realize that a lot of their friends really aren't impressed by that at all. Anyways, please let me take this chance to apologize for my sister's actions. Oh dear, you don't have anything to apologize for at all. If anything, I'm sorry for bringing all of this up all of a sudden. And I just feel awful now that I know what my son's been putting you through. I had no idea he was capable of being so horrible. Well, it's all over now, so I really don't mind. I don't even care that the two of them are going to be getting married. I just hope I never have to deal with them again. So please understand that if you don't see me at family events, that's why. Of course! Oh, that makes perfect sense to me. I wouldn't want to be around people that did that to me either. In fact, I'm of half a mind to skip going to their wedding as well. But anyways, I'll have to have a little chat with my husband about all of this now that I know the truth.
Thank you so much for talking to me about this, and once again, I really am sorry for my son's behavior.
Oh, wow. I don't believe it. You really showed up to the wedding? Oh man, this is so sad and funny. I'm not sure whether I should be laughing or crying. What are you talking about? You were the one that invited me in the first place. I'm here, and now you're acting as if I'm somewhere I don't belong? I know I invited you, but it was obviously a joke. Don't you get that? I didn't think that you'd actually show your face around here. Oh man, I just texted Harold and he said that he's cracking up. It's so funny it hurts. Oh man, this is great. Okay, well, that was really funny, but you can turn around and go home now. Excuse me? Now you want me to just leave and go back home? Yeah, I mean, you didn't actually think that we had a place saved for you, right? It was all just a prank and you walked right into it. I don't believe you. What is the matter with you? Oh, come on. Did you really think we were serious? Why in the world would we want someone like you at our wedding? The answer is we don't. So just turn around and don't come back. You two really are just horrible. Do you know that? I mean, first you steal your own sister's boyfriend, then you have the gall to invite her to your wedding, and now you turn her away when she actually shows up? I only came here as a way of saying goodbye to the two of you. Great, and now we've said it. Now why don't you run along, okay? The wedding is about to start and we don't want you ruining the atmosphere. You mean you think that anyone else is actually going to show up to this? What is that supposed to mean? I mean that I'm the only person who was invited to this wedding. Are you sure you want your only guest to go home? I can't imagine it'll be a happy wedding for you two if I did. What in the world are you talking about now? Are you even reading what you're typing? All the guests are on their way as we speak. We sent out over 200 invitations, and you're saying no one is going to come? That's exactly what I'm saying. You rented out this whole space, but no one is going to come. And just what makes you so sure that you'd keep repeating that, huh? If you don't believe what I'm saying, then just look around you. But anyways, I can see where I'm not wanted. Enjoy your lonely, empty wedding. What the heck is going on here, huh? What kind of game are you trying to play here? No one has shown up, and none of my friends are here yet. I told you that nobody would be coming to your wedding already, didn't I? After all, who would want to celebrate the marriage of a couple of haters like you anyway? What do you mean? I still don't understand. Is it really that hard for you to wrap your head around? You've been bragging to everyone about how you're going to marry the man you stole from your sister. Well, everyone who knew that that was what your wedding was celebrating was disgusted by that fact. So that's why no one is going to show up to your wedding. You have no idea what you're talking about at all. Everyone laughed when we told those stories. And they all congratulated me when I told them Harold and I were getting married. Are you sure they weren't just trying to change the subject as quickly as possible? Or that they were just fed up with you two and wanted to end the conversation as soon as they could? No, that can't be right. They all said congrats. They were all happy for me. That's why I invited them all to the wedding. And have you gotten responses from anyone since then? Has anyone shown up to the wedding at all? Well, Harold and I just figured that everyone was really busy with work, and that's why no one has shown up yet. But then not answering doesn't mean that they're not going to show up to my wedding, right? Well, how's it looking over there for you right now? But, I mean, it's not just my friends who aren't here. Both our parents aren't here either. What is going on? What did you tell our parents? I didn't have to tell them anything besides what you and Harold did. Or how you lied about how long you were together to his mom. Everything that's going on there today is entirely your fault. Do you realize that? Wait a second. What do you mean, Harold's mom? Are you telling me that you went and talked to her too? No, she came and talked to me. She has some concerns over you two getting married. She came to me asking about you, and I told her how you and Harold ended up together in the first place. You what? Why would you do that? What is the matter with you? You can't be mad at me for telling someone what you were already bragging to all your friends about. Now, if Harold's mom wanted to spread the truth to her friends and family and tell them why they shouldn't go to your wedding, that's up to her. But we sunk so much money into this wedding. We were hoping to get a bunch of money from people as gifts. What are Harold and I supposed to do? That really is none of my business, but it sounds to me like you two are getting the exact wedding that you deserve. So be happy that you two have each other and figure out what you're going to do next.
Just leave me out of it and never talk to me again. I heard through the grapevine later that even those that did show up to Harold and Tammy's wedding didn't even bring gifts. Meanwhile, the wedding itself ended up costing the two of them about $30,000 that they had to put down on credit. With no real plan of how to pay it back, the two of them had to take out a big loan to afford the event. They tried asking their parents for help, but no one was willing to lend them even a cent. All their friends had cut the newlywed couple off too. They were truly alone. After that, I heard from Donna that the two of them ended up moving to a new state to try and start their lives over. After realizing they had no friends or family in their corner, even their coworkers began to whisper rumors about how they had gotten together and what had happened at their wedding. Ultimately, the two of them couldn't stand the embarrassment, so they quit their jobs, packed up their lives, and left. I have no idea what happened to the large debt they racked up, but I'm sure they're still working hard to pay it all off. That was really the last news I heard about them, though. I have no idea where they live or what they're doing for work these days, and quite frankly, I don't think I'd have it any other way. I wanted to go to their wedding because I still, for whatever reason, respected those two enough to want to say a proper goodbye, but what I got instead was so much better than anything I could have imagined. What made me so happy about this crazy episode of my life, however, was that it was through common courtesy and sympathy of others that all of this befell Harold and my sister. It gave me joy to know that people heard the way that those two talked about their relationship and that it was enough to alienate themselves from all their close friends and loved ones. I really didn't even have to lift a finger to get a revenge that I wasn't even seeking.
Olivia, are you there? Please, I need you to answer me right now. This is really, really serious. I need you to divorce me right this second. Please, you have to. I can't spend another day of my life being married to you.
Andy, are you serious right now? What are you talking about? Why in the world do you want me to divorce you? I don't understand. Did something happen between us?
No, it isn't that at all. This isn't your fault. But the fact is that I've met someone I love more than you. And I want to be with her from now on. But before that can happen, you need to divorce me.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that you're in love with someone else? Are you really serious right now?
Please, there isn't anyone else in the world who makes me as happy as this woman does. And I really, really want to be with her. That's why I'm begging you right now to divorce me. I've already signed my half of the divorce papers, so all that's left is for you to sign yours. And then once you do that, I can finally be with the woman of my dreams.
Now hold on just a minute. I mean, where is any of this even coming from right now? What do you mean you have someone else you want to be with? So you're being serious right now. This isn't just some crush you have or something like that. This is really happening right now.
I'll be honest with you. I've already been going out with this woman for about half a year at this point. So yes, I'd say it's very serious.
Wait, hold up. You've been seeing someone for 6 months behind my back? So you're basically admitting that you've been cheating on me this whole time. I don't understand how you could betray me like this and just come out and say it just like that.
Call it betrayal or call it whatever you want. The fact of the matter is that I love someone else now and nothing is going to change that. Please, you have to understand that she's the only girl I want to be with. Every day that I stay married to you and apart from her is like putting me through the worst torture you can think of.
But, I mean, okay, let's just calm down right now and talk about this more slowly. First of all, are you sure that even if you and I get a divorce, that you'll be even happy with this woman? After all, you don't even work. You're just a house husband. Are you really sure you want to get a divorce while you're unemployed? Is this woman really going to take care of you and pay you like I've been doing for you?
Of course she does. She has a job and has already been paying for anything I ask her to. So please, You have to trust me when I say that I've put a lot of thought into this, and I just really want to end things with you right now. I hate being with you. I hate my life with you. It's so boring and horrible, and you just aren't the woman that I fell in love with. You don't have any of your old charms.
Well, I'm so sorry that I'm not as young or pretty as I used to be, but the fact of the matter is that I am your wife. Besides, you're forgetting that I'm a doctor. Can she really provide for you like I can? I thought we were happy together. I would go out and work and you would take care of the house. I thought that was okay.
Well, now I found someone else who is willing to look after me the way you did, so you don't need to worry about me. Of course, I realize that I'll probably never be able to make as much money as you are. But we don't care about money when we have all the love in the world to make us happy. She's already told me that no matter what happens, even if we're both poor, we'll stick together and make things work between us because we love each other.
Okay, well tell me, does she even know that you're unemployed? Does she know that you don't even have a job? Or are you saying that you just want to marry her because you haven't even shown her who you really are?
Look, you just don't get the love that we have for one another. The reality of the situation is that she loves me for who I am, and nothing is going to change that. And that's why I want to be with her. We were meant to be together. So please, can you just divorce me so that I can go and live with who I'm meant to be with? You have no idea the pain I have to go through every single day from being with you.
Well, fine. If I'm really causing you so much pain in your life, then you can have it your way. I'll just do as you say and divorce you. Are you happy now?
Do you really mean it? You'll actually divorce me?
I think a wife and a husband should be there for one another and be able to support one another. So if you really hate being married to me that much, then I think the best thing for the both of us is to just go on with this divorce.
So then you'll sign the divorce papers and everything? You have no idea how much this means to me. I left them in the drawer inside the kitchen counter. You should see them there. I'll start packing my things right now so that I can move in with my soon-to-be new wife right away.
Whatever you say, Andy. And I just hope that you two have a happy life together.
Hello there. You must be Olivia, right? I just wanted to say thank you so much for handing over Andy to me without a fuss. I really do appreciate it. We actually just got back from the courthouse where we got ourselves legally married.
And I take it that you must be the woman that Andy ended our marriage for. Is that right?
I'm not just any woman now. I'm Andy's wife. Thank you very much. And you better remember that the next time that you talk to me.
Of course. And I'll be sure to say that in the near future. And I suppose a congratulations is in order. I hope you two can be very happy for the rest of your days together.
Wow, Andy was so right about you. He said that you're such a pushover when it comes to stuff like this.
Is that what my ex-husband had to say about me? He said I'm a pushover.
That's right. He said that you actually calmed down when you started to talk about your divorce, and that you just handed him over without a fight. I honestly have never heard of a woman doing such a thing for the man she supposedly loved. I would have thought that anyone who really truly loved their husband would go out kicking and screaming and shouting, not wanting to lose their relationship. It's almost as if you knew that he was going to leave you for a better, younger woman.
Well, I suppose that I just don't see the point in doing that when it isn't going to change anything now, is it? I mean, if I were to cry and throw a fit, would you give Andy back to me?
You mean you would still want him back after all of this time? Wow, I didn't realize that you were still so hung up on him. You really are a weird one, you know that? I don't know how I would react if I had my rich doctor husband stolen away from me. I don't think that I'd be able to live with myself at all. It really is just so sad. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just in shock right now.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, did you just say my rich husband that's a doctor? I'm afraid that I really have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Oh, come on. You don't have to start playing dumb with me. But it's okay. I'll let you live in whatever fantasy world that you want after all of this. After all, an old woman like you never stood a chance against a pretty young girl like me. And it's clear why Andy chose me over you. You're an old, shriveled up lady, while I'm still young and pretty and in college.
Wait 1 minute, you're still in college? Are you serious? Just how old are you?
Are you really that surprised? Didn't Andy tell you anything about me? I suppose I'll have to formally introduce myself then. My name is Mary, and yes, I'm still in college. Thank you very much. And if you really must know my age, I'm 20 years old right now.
You mean to tell me that my husband got with a girl that was 20 years old? This whole time, I thought that he was getting with someone at least closer to our age range, but you do realize that the two of you are well over 10 years apart in age, don't you?
You really think that anyone cares about age these days? There are plenty of couples with decades of ages between them.
Yes, I'm very well aware of that. It's just that I'm shocked about all of this. I mean, do you mind if I ask just how in the world did you meet Andy in the first place? Because I can think of where Andy might have gone to meet someone like you.
Well, actually, I'm a medical student right now. Well, pre-med, but still. Anyways, there was an open house at the school, and that's where we met.
So you're a medical student and you ended up with Andy?
That's right. I'm actually one of the top students in my class. You see, ever since I was little, it's always been my dream to become super rich. And so that's why I wanted to become a doctor, so that I can have lots of money. Although I have to say, I'm a little let down by my program. I mean, I really had no idea that I would need to study this hard and take this many tests just to become a stupid doctor. But that's when I had my perfect plan. Instead of becoming a doctor, I should just use my time here at the school to try and marry someone who is already a doctor instead.
Wait, what? Is that really what you want to do with your life? Is that really why you're at college, just to find someone to marry?
Well, of course, if I can meet someone rich to marry me here, well, then I won't even have to finish school. I could just marry a doctor and have all of his money. It's perfect, don't you think? I mean, how can it not be when it's already worked and I'm already married to a doctor now? I can finally drop out and be the housewife that I've always wanted to be.
And that's why you wanted to marry Andy. Do I have everything right?
Well, of course. I was kissing up to all the teachers and visitors who looked like they might have had some money. And in the end, I finally found my rich Dr. Prince Charming, my precious Andy.
Oh, wait a second. Now that you mention it, I remember Andy saying something to me about going to some event at a university.
Well, he was just so nice to me and such a handsome man, too. I really did luck out, you know. I know for a fact that must make at least $1 million a year. And now he's all mine. I suppose you must be pretty upset that I stole your breadwinner away from you, though. But I guess that's just life sometimes, isn't it?
Now that you mention it, Andy has always had a thing for younger girls. Stupid me for thinking that he finally grew out of that phase and that he was actually ready for marriage.
What are you doing? Are you talking to me or are you talking to yourself via text? No wonder he left a batty old woman like you. And it's not like I'm a kid or anything. I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions.
Yeah, you most certainly can, but please don't let me stand in the way of your happiness.
I wasn't planning on letting anything of the sort happen anyways, but I guess I can forgive you this one time. After all, I can't even imagine how it must feel right now to have my rich husband stolen away from me like I did to you. There is really nothing now to worry about, knowing that I'm going to be with my millionaire husband for the rest of my life. I'm so sorry that you'll just have to spend the rest of your life all shriveled up, old, and alone.
Yep, shriveled up and alone. And oh, by the way, you should know that Andy does not have a job.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean he's like taking a break for research or something?
No, I mean, he doesn't have a job at all. But anyways, you don't need to worry about that. I think you guys will be just fine. I can make more than enough money to take care of myself. And now that I don't have Andy anymore, I can finally start enjoying my life.
Now, hold on just 1 second there. What in the world are you talking about right now? Andy isn't unemployed at all. You're not making any sense. You're trying to scare me because you're upset that I'm the winner and you're the loser.
No, that isn't it at all. In fact, Andy lied to you and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, to think that he would go after someone so much more younger than him, though. The truth of the matter is that Andy has always been a house husband, and he didn't have a job when he divorced. But I'm only telling you the truth because, well, I knew you'd find out sooner or later.
Okay, hold on right now. This can't be right. You're telling me that Andy was just an unemployed stay-at-home husband before we got married? This doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, like I said, I'm only being honest with you right now.
But this can't be right. You've got to be lying to me. Surely he's just in between jobs at a really nice hospital, right? I mean, he's probably just tired from how stressful being a brain surgeon is.
Brain surgeon? Is that what he told you what he was? Oh, my poor child. No. I'm afraid that Andy hasn't had a job for a long time. Probably for the last 5 years, at least. Andy couldn't even hold down a part-time job, let alone have the skills to be a surgeon. He barely cleans up after himself. And that's why he married me. You see, I'm the doctor, not him. And it took years to get him to finally clean up around the house while I was at work.
So then, you're telling me the truth. Andy really isn't a doctor at all. And he's just a house husband who barely does anything without being asked first? No. You're lying. You've got to be lying to me right now. He is a doctor. He just has to be one.
I'm telling you, he isn't even close to being a doctor. He did work for a while before we were married, but that ended not long after we did.
No, this can't be right. You're lying to me. You're trying to upset me. Why would he be at my school if he wasn't a doctor? I mean, I talked to him about my classes and he listened and understood what I was saying. And he got all excited when I told him about my medical classes too.
You know, Andy did actually want to be a doctor. He actually took the pre-med track, but he kept failing all of his exams, and eventually he gave that up and just looked for a regular 9-to-5 job.
You're kidding me, so that's how he knew what I was talking about?
And he was probably at your school because he would go there with me every now and then as my +1. So I guess it would make sense why he would zero in on you to try and marry.
But the only reason I wanted to be with Andy in the first place is because he told me that he was a doctor. But you're telling me that he's just some med school dropout? No graduation date for him or nothing?
I am honestly just surprised that he was able to convince anyone, especially a medical student, that he was a doctor. Either he's a much better liar than I thought, or you're just a very, very bad judge of character.
So you mean to tell me this entire time, our relationship with each other has just been one big lie?
Oh, well, it might take some time and money, but you can always divorce Andy and go back to your studies.
I can't do that! I already submitted my letter of resignation from the school! I was going to be a housewife! I was ready to quit everything! Didn't want to study any longer! My program director already sent me an email confirming that she got the letter too!
Oh, I see. Well, it sounds to me like you might have to discuss that with your school, not me. Either way, it sounds like you've got a lot of problems on your plate, and seeing how this no longer concerns me, I'm going to take my leave now. Have a nice life. After that, I got some really angry texts from Andy asking why his brand new bride-to-be was demanding a divorce from him and threatening to sue him for fraud. And I told Andy if he really wanted the answers to those questions, that he should go look in the mirror. I reached out to some of my colleagues at the university where Mary was going to ask for a follow-up about what happened to her, and apparently she did end up suing Andy for fraud and was able to convince the school to let her back in, despite already submitting her resignation letter. I decided to discuss things with the head of the medical school and show them the text from Mary about how she was only there to not really become a doctor, but to marry a doctor and drop out as soon as she can become a wife. And because of that, she was barred from re-entering the pre-med program and was forced to start her new college career with a new major somewhere else. I don't know what career she's going to choose next, and if she's even going to go through with it. I don't know, maybe she can take some classes on critical thinking or communication to avoid being lied to again like that. As for me, having that dead weight that was Andy finally cut off from me, I was free to travel around and do all kinds of things that I always wanted to do, but I couldn't because Andy refused to. And I really have no idea how he convinced me or anyone that he was a doctor. But that sounds like a question for a psychologist, not me.